Hey, America, how are you? Welcome to Open Mic with Aly and Michelle. We are here in Tallahassee for our legislative days, getting involved civically, but we are here at the Capitol Inn right here in Tallahassee. Best place. Listen, if you have to be away from home, you might as well be somewhere that feels like home,
feels
right?
like home. This is amazing.
We have
so nice.
We have food in front of us.
Fresh baked. It's like egg, sausage, and cheese.
The best coffee ever. So we highly recommend when you're in Tallahassee, come to the Capitol Inn. We have a great show planned for us today. Aly, I guess let's roll with it.
Let's get into it.
Taking back our freedom, back to where we started. We're wearing our red hat tonight. It takes more than just a feeling. Oh, better be believing, and America's gonna be home.
What do you do when they try to cancel you? MAGA Nation, we cancel proof. My red hat stays on. My red hat stays on. You know I love God, but in Trump I trust. November 5th, he gon' ride with us. Our red hat stays on. Our red hat stays on. It's the mayor of Maggieville, the RNC King. 2024, freedom gon' ring. Mr. Red, White, and Blue. I'm still fighting for each one of you. And keep your red hat on.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. It's just really good.
Oh, my gosh.
And we're about to head out to go talk to our legislators. And if we're hungry, in female world, that's called hangry. And that's not a good recipe, probably.
No, especially not when you're talking to people about legislation. That's frustrating.
And they may or may not be listening.
Like, do you have snacks?
We have been in our Capitol a couple days now. And guys, there's nothing like getting out and meeting your state representatives. We love everything that's happening in Washington, D.C., obviously under the guidance of Donald Trump and his dream team that he's assembled. But really, local action makes a national impact, like General Flynn says. So, Aly, I'm grateful that we have the opportunity to do this. Thank you to the Capitol Inn for treating us like we're home. We love
Absolutely.
that.
Guys, it is so important for you to exercise your civic duty. Yeah. It's like a muscle, right? You get better at it the more you train, and the more you learn and the more you know. And your legislators need to know who you are by name, by sight, and by phone number, right? And email. And you just have to introduce yourself and come up and just say hi, introduce yourself. But also remember, they're done during the summer.
Yes.
In most places, they come home. Even our congressional representatives come home during the summer to do, local business. Go meet your representatives, talk to them, ask them questions, ask them to defend their votes. Guys, we have an election coming up in 26. We have to make sure that we're connecting what they do while they're in session to what they say while they're running their campaign on the campaign trail. That is how we hold them accountable.
And what's been so exciting here locally in Florida is that you would think that one of the things that Aly and I do is obviously show up and you got some splaining to do, right?
Lucy!
But really, even yesterday, what we found is that a lot of our legislators are doing wonderful things with election security, with tightening up term limits. And so we spend a lot of time saying,
thank you.
How can we help you?
Yes.
How can we help you? Because we know you have a need. You're going to run again. And maybe you've taken a firm stance on something in a bluer area here in Florida. And we need to be able to let them know that we're going to hold you accountable, but we're also going to help you.
And Michelle, it's not just that. We're noticing too that a lot of our champions are being pushed up against a wall. They're being stuck between a rock and a hard place when it comes to the elite establishment that's currently in office. And they will literally tell a representative, I'm going to kill your bill because I don't like this and that. And sometimes it's a personal vendetta. Sometimes it has nothing to do with actually getting the job done and legislating for we the people. And so we are there to offer assistance. How are we able to push this bill that's great for the American people, great for the Floridian people, great for whatever state you're in, right? How are we able to push this past the finish line? What do you need? And that's important to show up to your legislators and be more of like a partnership instead of, pitchfork and fire.
Which is fun and has its time and place. Just saying. Aly, we're moms. We've raised families. And, a lot of people can remember a time, maybe during the 2008 housing crisis. I know that's when it was for me and my family, when, a lot of people were getting evicted or homes foreclosed on. Well, the Department of Education apparently yesterday was given
An
notice
eviction notice.
to vacate by 6 p.m. I'll let you listen to this quick soundbite and then we'll talk about it.
Right now, senior Fox Business correspondent Charles Gasparino reporting that the Education Department employees have been told that they must vacate their offices in D.C. and the regions by 6 o'clock tonight, and that the offices will be closed on Wednesday for security reasons.
For security reason. That's today.
Yeah, that's today.
They're
They're going to be closed.
going to be closed. So security reason. Allie's so excited. You didn't bring your pom-poms.
I did not. I should have. I will next time. I forgot.
Travel pom-poms.
I know I need travel pom-poms, you
I
guys.
probably should get some pom-poms too. But this is exciting. This is another reason to get involved at the state level because the education department.
It's coming back to the states, you guys. States' rights.
Yes.
The 10th Amendment is very important. Why we have a federal Department of Education, I don't know. They put billions of dollars in the federal Department of Education, and nothing has been done to move the needle to
There's
better
been more
education.
decline than anything.
In America, the only thing that has increased has been, funding for the administration at the local level. So, and then they're constantly taxing you with property taxes and extra taxes and millage taxes, all these things, so they can pay our teachers and fund your education. But if it's coming from the state budget, why can't you do that?
Well, and here's the thing: we'll hear in your local school districts a lot of times that the money never trickles down to the teachers.
No,
it actually gets spent administratively. So you've got to not just pay attention at your state level; you got to pay attention at your county level. But this is exciting because I remember when the federal government really pushed a federal sex education program.
Wow!
And if you think about that, the idea was that it was going to lower STDs. It was going to lower teen pregnancy. And no business plan has failed quite like the Department of Education's push for sexual. All we've done is confuse people. We no longer know which bathroom to use. It's
how many genders there are. I mean, we had to have legislation to label and define what a man and a woman is. It's ridiculous.
All we were trying to do was follow the science.
Oh my goodness.
XY chromosomes.
Trust the experts.
I'm the expert. Look down. It's very easy. It's either A or B. I'm just saying. So, although we're sorry, we're not sorry. Because,
not sorry. Not sorry. Although we're sorry. No, we're not sorry. You knew this was coming. You knew it was coming when you saw the first poll.
Yeah. When
Trump was a candidate. You guys should have planned. Piss poor planning leads to piss poor leadership.
Ooh. T-shirt, swag alert.
So if you knew that Donald Trump had a chance to win, and you knew that one of his statements or one of his platform agendas was to get rid of the Department of Education, and you did not plan properly to get a different job, that's your fault. Nobody else is responsible.
If you didn't go to Career Builder and get your resume in check, then you weren't quite so essential. So
LinkedIn, you got a LinkedIn.
Did I just give away my age? Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Aly, so many people are jumping on the bandwagon of Trump and DOGE, right? Department of Government Efficiency, which really should have been the entire government. It's not just one. We shouldn't have to have Elon Musk. This should be something that's common best practices in government, but apparently it's not.
No.
So, now
the government investigates itself. Nothing ever happens.
Nothing to see here. Now they're having to debate, a resolution for continued funding. And so now you're seeing, are these congressmen and women that were so behind DOGE and cut the waste, fraud, and abuse or theft, are they really down for that? Because now they're going to have to pass a budget. Listen to the wonderful Tim Burchett give his 2 points.
Hey everybody, Tim Burchett, just leaving the House floor. And you doing all right, man?
Love him.
I voted actually for this bill, and I'll tell you why. Overall spending was decreased by, I believe, $7 billion, not a whole lot in the scheme of things, but we actually rescind over $20 billion in funding for the Internal Revenue Service under the Inflation Reduction Act, or rescind almost $10 billion for the Department of Commerce slush fund, extended some national flood insurance. We paid our military men, hopefully they can get them off the dadgum food stamps. And it provided $485 million to support immigration, which we've got to have, obviously, with the things that are going on, and put money for toxic exposure for some of these veterans, and I guess the burn pits and things that are going on. it didn't cut Medicaid, it didn't cut Medicare. Those are all falsehoods. So we'll see what happens. Trump did not lie to me. He's never lied to me yet. He told me that that he was going to work on some of my concerns, and one of those was spending at the Pentagon. So I take him. We had a nice conversation today, and he didn't cuss me. He didn't threaten me. It was just, and he got me my answers. So that's why I voted for it ultimately. Thank y'all for sending me here.
Oh my gosh.
I love this. We have to talk to Representative Burchett though about the angle of the video. Although I love to see the skyline, but it's so funny. I love that he's doing this because this is what we need. Every representative should be able to walk out of the chambers, whether it's in your state or in DC, and be able to give us an update. If you've read the legislation, if you've actually done your job and your due diligence, then you should be able to educate the American people on in layman's terms. I don't want your legal jargon because I don't do that, but. And then this is very helpful.
It is 1,000%. I mean, even Corey Mills, Representative Corey Mills from Florida, CD7, has never voted for a CR, but voted for this one because of the same reasons. One, it was our military was being funded, the Pentagon, all of these things that he aligns with as far as being on the Foreign Affairs Committee. I think it was very important that he even came out with a statement saying, the reasons why he did that. But guys, we will be right back. Keep it here on Open Mic. Warm your coffee up. All right, we'll be right back. See you guys soon.
I couldn't give anything a higher endorsement.
I would be remiss had I not include Cardio Miracle on my very short list of secrets.
It's the real deal. It's a real product. It's not another supplement.
I'm operating about 6 to 8 hours, and I've noticed that being on this Cardio Miracle has made a huge difference.
Since I started taking Cardio Miracle, about 8 months into it, the benefits have been fantastic.
If I get hungry, then I just have a Cardio Miracle.
Not only is it safe, but it's necessary to take Cardio Miracle to stay well.
This let me sleep. It's showing up more energy, more get up and go. And it's all because of what this company does.
For me as a doctor, Cardio Miracle is a staple.
Cardio Miracle to me is hope in a glass.
To try Cardio Miracle for yourself and get a special fan discount, go to the host page right now and click the link for Cardio Miracle.
What do a neurosurgeon, a country artist, and a television and radio host have in common? They all saw the writing on the wall. Big banks sharing your financial information with big government. Join them as owners in Old Glory Bank, the pro-America online bank that protects your privacy, security, and liberty. Invest today at own.oldglorybank.com.
Caught us dancing.
I thought. Sorry. Hello. We're professional. We are here in Tallahassee. I love this song. I could do that. Like my lighter. What's going to happen today? I think that you should, before we speak, you should put your coffee down to avoid the spray that happens when you laugh at the same time. We are here in Tallahassee, our state capital, for legislative days, where we are greeting our legislators with smiles and a big to-do list. But we are thankful to be here at the Capitol Inn in Tallahassee. They have been, it's like home away from home. When you have all the great features of home, huge living room, common spaces, common areas, and we slept really good last night. Slept really good last night. Guys, we're talking about Doge. Listen, I want to play this quick video about Doge and all the wins that they're doing.
The major takeaways is the American people's money has truly been stolen through an incredible amount of fraud and all types of improper payments. This was actually the first hearing I held, which I think sounded super boring to a lot of people because it was Medicare and improper payments. But the things that they've discovered is how Social Security numbers have been used, and these are for dead people. people that are over 115 years old, and how basically criminals have been able to take these social security numbers, and we're able to get things like small business loans. We're able to get all types of money taken from federal government programs and basically stolen it all. So this is something we had a very detailed meeting with Elon and his team with the Doge committee, and we look forward to holding some very impactful hearings going forward.
You can bring it back here. So another thing that she mentions in this interview is that she's the chair of the Doge committee, which I think that's kind of exciting.
That's cool.
Yeah, very exciting. But they did have some specific wins on Doge. I don't know, John, if you can put that up on the screen here. Specifically, some of the things that they have cut out. I love it when Trump does this. He'll talk specifics, right? So 620,000 for an LGB plus inclusive teen pregnancy prevention program. Wait for it. For transgender boys. I can tell you how that one's going to work out.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord.
Almost 700,000 for studying cannabis use among sexual minority gender
diverse individuals. What the?
No, that part. Yeah. 740,000 for examining social networks among Black and Latino sexual minority men.
What is with Democrats and sex and children? Like, can we please?
In New Jersey, of all places.
Lord have mercy.
Lord. 50,000 for assessing the sexual health among LGBTQ plus Latin youth.
Latinx.
Latin youth?
I cannot with Latinx.
Why are we examining the sexual health of youth?
Bro.
Wow.
Like
75
earrings are about to come off. The high heels are about to be thrown. This is ridiculous. The fact that I'm just speechless.
75,000 for researching structural. Ma'am, what's structural racism?
I don't know. Sounds something Democrats built.
Can't build the wall, but we can build structural racism. That sounds about right. So,
oh my God. And then they're mad, but they're mad at Elon. But they're mad at Elon because he's a billionaire.
Yeah, because, when you have relationships and you expose things that aren't supposed to be happening, then you're the bad guy.
Well, and then I saw something earlier where I think it's like a meme because, my generation, and we love memes. So there was a meme that came out and it's everyone is talking about, Trump, show us your finances. And he's like, sure. Now it's your turn. And everyone's like, no, not my finances.
We didn't mean ours.
Don't expose all the things we're wasting money on. Stealing from the American people.
It'll be heavily redacted in a strongly worded
letter. I hate them things.
Well, as we sit here and eat our, I'm sure this is all Make America Healthy Again approved, I think. If not, it's still delicious. Check out.
There's no dyes.
Where RFK Jr. is with Hannity. Check this out. I love this.
Beef tallow. Oh, by the way, here you go. If you just take the red mask, and I'll take those trays back for you. Okay? Oh, okay. Is that? This is you, Sean. Oh, this is me. Okay, thank you. And Secretary, this is for you.
I want to see Anita.
Enjoy. Thank you. You didn't pick up my Coke, did you?
Get your Coke? I got you,
Miss Small with the little ice. Okay. But I'm not going to drink it all because he's going to yell at me. I'm only kidding.
And Steak and Shake just switched out, and people are raving about these French fries. You taste them.
They're amazing. They really are. I'm not. This is not.
When I was a kid, and I traveled in Europe. Europe is great. Always had great food. The French fries were always a disappointment because we had the best French fries here. They had pommes frites over there, and they just didn't taste right. Today, the best French fries in the world are in Europe. I order them every time I go to Belgium or France or any place else. And the French fries here just don't taste right. And you taste these, it's a completely different experience, and the customers are raving about it. Other companies, Steak and Shake has been great. We're very grateful for them for RFKing the French fries. They turned me into a verb. But also Popeyes.
By the way, a plastic straw. Thank you. Thank God. I can't stand those paper straws. I hate them.
Amen.
Amen.
Oh my gosh.
You end up chewing the straw at the end.
And then like all the particles and the glue get stuck in your drink. And you're like, what is this stuff floating in my water?
It's not good.
It's so nasty.
Did he say they're RFK fries? He's a verb now. I love it. I love it.
No, I love this. So, I mean, beef tallow is just an amazing product. It's not only just good for your like internal health, but it's really good for your skin. Guys, seriously, they're raving with skin products with beef tallow. It's insane.
Yeah.
But I love that Steak and Shake is taking this unique opportunity to kind of set themselves apart from other fast food restaurants.
Yes.
It's absolutely amazing.
And Popeyes, he mentioned Popeyes.
He did.
That shocks me because I don't think of Popeyes as a place that really does health food. But if you change the oil, I guess you can really make a difference in the food. So what's next? Are we going to see Wendy's or McDonald's? Where's Chick-fil-A in this?
I know. It's supposed to be the Lord's chicken. What happened? Stop chlorinating your chicken, Chick-fil-A. Ugh, just saying.
Oh my goodness. Just saying. I hate to bring up the Diddy list. I hate to bring up the Epstein list. I really hate to bring those things up.
Woke up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy.
We're just gonna let Aly take us out here. But listen, this is a serious case here. I don't believe in consequences.
Yeah.
I don't think you believe in consequences.
I don't.
Take a look at this report here. This is a report that I found online, basically saying that the Maui police chief, John, how do you pronounce that? Pelletier, gave the order, essentially they're saying, to allegedly trap victims in the Lahaina fire in Maui. But this is where it gets weird, you guys. He was the Maui police chief.
Mm-hmm.
He also happened to be the incident commander during the Las Vegas shooting. So
what?
He's kind of like Tom Hanks in all the movies where he always, everywhere he travels, it ends up in a crash. Like you just don't travel with him. But get this, he also has ties to being on the Diddy list. He allegedly, they're saying, according to this case, that he forced somebody to travel to meet with Diddy, an adult. It's not a minor, but he was younger at the time, a young adult, to go meet with Diddy at gunpoint. So he's now listed, this same guy. How are you in Maui when it burns, in Vegas when it's shot down, and with Diddy? I don't know. This is weird, Aly.
6 degrees of separation. This is wild. I wonder what they're going to do about it. Are they currently investigating him for all of these things?
So this is the thing. I feel like somebody like Pam Bondi or even Kash Patel, they've got to have their hands full right now because all the things that we thought were kind of interconnected or had, similarities, now we're finding out they truly do. This is really, really appalling because the allegations go on to say that he held the guy, it was a guy that he was delivering to Diddy, and that he helped.
Concierge? Human trafficking? Is that what concierge sex slavery? That's wild.
Allegedly at gunpoint. I did see, I won't name names. I'll let you guys look it up because it is available on Google. But now the John Doe has now come out and they've redacted his name. And it's a name that he has a very famous sibling. That's all I'm going to say about that. And no, it's not Tate. We don't have that. It's not, that name's not in it. So Aly, I don't know. Do you think we're going to ever get to the bottom of this?
I think we're at the tip of the iceberg. I think the amount of information that's going to come out, the amount of people that have been involved in all this is going to be very shocking for most people.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I
don't know. Hopefully we see some accountability. I need somebody to be arrested. And on that note, we'll be right back with more Open Mic.
Maybe we'll be in orange jumpsuits. We don't know.
Attention American business owners. Big or small, your company deserves to be seen, and Patriot TV is here to help. We're proud to support American-owned businesses by offering a free listing of your company on Patriot TV Store. That's right. No cost, just visibility to millions of loyal viewers who want to support American businesses like yours. Whether you run a small business or a nationwide company, this is your chance to reach a dedicated audience on Patriot TV Store on major smart TVs like Samsung, LG, Sony, TCL, Roku, also on Apple, Android, Amazon, Fire Stick, YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, Truth Social, X, and of course, the Patriot TV Store app and website. It's our way of giving back to the community and helping American businesses thrive. Let's work together to build a stronger America. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity. Get your free business listing today. Contact us at info@patriot.tv.
If you're about to replace your roof, stop.
There's a solution about 80% less expensive. 9 out of 10 roofs can be saved by RoofMax. Guaranteed to extend the life of your current roof by 5 to 15 years at a fraction of the cost of a new roof. RoofMax's deep penetrating power restores flexibility and water protection. Nobody wants to replace their roof. Restore it instead with RoofMax for 80% less. Call now for a free roof inspection.
Today, we made an offer that the Ukrainians have accepted, which is to enter into a ceasefire and into immediate negotiations to end this conflict in a way that's enduring and sustainable and accounts for their interests, their security, their ability to prosper as a nation. I want to personally we both want to thank the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, His Majesty, for hosting us, for making this possible. They've been instrumental in this process, and we're very grateful to them for hosting us here today. And hopefully we'll take this offer now to the Russians. And we hope that they'll say yes, to peace. The ball's now in their court. And but again, the president's objective here is, number one, above everything else, he wants the war to end. And I think today Ukraine has taken a concrete step in that regard. We hope the Russians will reciprocate.
Wow. So that's kind of big news that Ukraine, Zelensky has, I heard that he wrote a long letter, I'm talking you mess up when you actually have to write something. You can't send an email.
I would love a handwritten letter.
I'm just saying.
Nobody does that anymore.
Contact at no, that's an email, Michelle. I'm sorry. I'm not giving your address.
No,
but Zelensky may have, that timeout room in the White House might really work well because,
he did. He sat Zelensky in a corner, legit was you can leave. Timeout. Yeah. You're going to come here and be disrespectful after we've given you billions of dollars. I don't think so. You can leave. We're not doing anything today. Yeah. And then it sunk in, right? When daddy punishes you and you're sitting there and you're like, go to your room and think about what you've done. You're sitting there and you're like, but daddy. Or, your side chick, right? The side chick who's she can't ever let go. And you're like, babe, listen.
Oh my gosh, I love it. This is what you get when you come in for coffee with us.
I'm so sorry. Can I need to get my nails done?
No, you're in timeout.
Timeout. So yes, I am so glad. Honestly, I'm very proud of Rubio. He's actually kind of shocking me a little bit.
Yeah, no.
With his diplomacy, the way that he speaks and the way that he handles himself, I'm really excited to see him speak to other world leaders. I'm excited to hear about this conference communication that he's going to have with Russia, with Vladimir Putin, because I think that's going to be really interesting and important. I think Trump was really smart by getting Rubio to be in the position that he's in.
We were a little startled as Floridians because he kept pulling from the Florida bench, and we're like, stop! We're not going to have any people left. But I'm really, really impressed with Marco Rubio. I'm impressed with the fact that peace through strength really works. You're seeing this right now. Zelensky has come to the negotiating table. As you heard Marco Rubio say, we're now hoping and praying that Russia will will do his part, will do their part as well. But how cool is it that they're in Saudi Arabia negotiating this? I wonder why
why Ukraine? Why? Maybe it's just a neutral ground. But I would think
that would be Switzerland.
But I would think America would be neutral ground, right? To have these conversations, but maybe it's just closer. It's probably closer.
It's probably closer,
sure
but
I obviously when you look at a map, it's closer.
I think if you have somebody like Saudi Arabia who's so wealthy in natural resources, obviously with oil and with, and they do have a lot of pull outside of the United States. So maybe that's part of what.
Are they in negotiations with Ukraine and Russia, or is it just they said, just to have?
According to the video, they had. Oh, you mean Saudi Arabia? Mm-hmm. No, they just helped facilitate.
Okay.
Oh. Get out of here. Hey. It's like
that's what happens when you work with your best friend. You get to know her brain a little bit. Goodness.
Scary inside there. It's scary. She
Wild
just agreed.
times.
Wow, she threw me under the
I did, but because it's
bus.
me. It's all good.
It is scary what goes on in there. I'm telling you. It terrifies me. How much do we love Anna Paulina Luna?
Amazing woman. She's fantastic. I love her.
But I love that she's taking on Shifty Schiff and his corruption with what he wasted on what we now know as Russian hoax. Let's take a listen.
Well, the fraudulent spending of $32 million out of the pockets of our American people and threw it down the drain to knowingly chase ghosts, all for political gain. This man occupied a position of the highest trust and authority. As chair of the House Intelligence Committee, Adam Schiff launched an all-out political campaign built on baseless distortions against a sitting U.S. president at the expense of every single citizen in this country and the honor of the House of Representatives. With access to sensitive information unavailable to most members of Congress and certainly not accessible to the American people, Schiff abused his privileges claiming to know the truth, while leaving Americans in the dark about this web of lies. Lies so severe that they altered the course of the country forever.
Wow. Why is he not arrested and removed from his position as an elected rep?
Well, you remember when both Pam Bondi and especially Kash Patel, and even really Pete Hegseth, when they were going through their confirmation hearings, one of the people that both publicly from the dais and also, in interviews, somebody that was very, very adamantly against these appointees, I guess you could say, these nominees, was Adam Schiff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you overplay your hand, you show your cards too early, because if you're that upset, yes, okay, the Republicans won, you're a Democrat, you probably don't like that. You don't like the fact that they're pulling your piggy bank, the USAID. You don't like all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But when you overplay your hand, you tell me that, okay, there's a reason deeper than this. You're about to be investigated heavily. The Russian hoax, you guys, they told us that that not only Trump was working with Putin, they tried to get General Michael Flynn on some bogus Logan Act. Charges. And so we saw this just completely become a big old fat nothing burger.
Mm-hmm.
But 32, what did she say?
Million.
$32 million to waste on that.
Taxpayer money we give them. Like, I think we should all file an extension. I'm not a tax expert, but I think we should all file an extension and see if Doge has enough time to abolish the IRS. Just saying.
Interesting.
I just think it's wild, right? Like you would think it's like that phrase, doth protest too much.
Doth protest too much.
So when you have Adam Schiff, who is guilty, and when you know you're guilty,
mm-hmm.
and you're sitting on a platform and you just keep hammering in and you just go, and you think that you're being assertive, or you're like, well, if I'm aggressive in this way, I won't shine the light on me. But what you're actually doing psychologically is you're letting the person know that you're arguing with and that you're poking at that you are in fact guilty. It's like it's hidden psychological like undertones of your words and your actions. And that I think is something that the Democrats underestimate prominent Republicans, prominent
definitely.
Conservatives, especially people that have been around the intelligence community, like Kash Patel, like Pam Bondi, like Anna Paulina Luna. Like we all know what that looks like. And then even those of us that have taken psychology, right, have either self-taught or through college,
right,
you understand the nonverbal cues that someone gives you and that undertone, right? And so I think doth protest too much, Adam Schiff.
I look forward to
going to be arrested.
And I don't think Anna Paulina Luna is the right person to back down. She will not back down. So this will get exciting.
I mean, she's even called Pam Bondi out on files, and she's like, "Look, I'll release the files.
Right?
You figure I'll release them. Where are they at?
Where are they at? I'll do it."
So,
and
crazy.
Actually, General Michael Flynn has come out and asked and kind of publicly said, Pam Bondi, you need to be making more arrests. So we'll keep our eye on that as well. So we've talked a lot on this show about USAID and obviously how it is the Democrat and leftist piggy bank to be able to launder money through. I mean, they have more laundering than a 24-hour laundromat.
It's bigger than like the mafia. You remember these mafia movies like Sopranos and like how do you clean dirty money? Like this is how you clean dirty money in the political sphere.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what happens?
NGOs.
What happens when you're told, okay, we're going to go through and we're going to take a look at all the files, Doge is coming in, and then there is a blanket email / phone tree / call to action to shred the documents from within USAID. Take a look at this. I couldn't believe this. Nope. That's all right. This is what I was referring to. General Michael Flynn, Attorney General Pam Bondi. He came out and said, listen, I need you to make sure that you're arresting these people, employees that went into USAID and shredded documents. This is like the IRS coming to your house and saying, we need to see the proof of what you've spent over here. And you're like, I don't know what happened to that, sir. Can you do that? Can you shred documents? Maybe they took this from the playbook of Hillary Clinton washing out her hard drives.
Or the CDC when they found out that the MMR vaccine caused autism higher rates in Black boys than any other demographic, and they were told to shred documentation.
Wow. This is
something the government has been doing for quite a long time. And Pam Bondi definitely needs to start making arrests for these people. You cannot shred government information. You just can't. I mean, and when is Hillary Clinton going to be freaking arrested?
I don't know.
Destroyed
she's
evidence.
like, listen, she's like living under house arrest. She has to live with Bill Clinton.
I don't care. That's her mess.
Did you see who left the country for Ireland?
Rosie
O'Donnell.
Oh, whatever. Bye.
Bye.
We didn't want you here anyway.
Oh, take a few others with you. I think this is right. Again, Trump elevates people to a level where if you're appointed and you're working in the Trump administration, one of two things is going to happen. Either you're going to rise to the challenge and it is going to launch any further career that you may have in politics, aka Byron Donalds, or you're going to sink under the pressure publicly. Yeah.
And that's humiliating.
And I don't know, obviously Pam Bondi being the former attorney general here in Florida, we have multiple thoughts of that. I mean, she's done some things that we appreciate. She's done some that we don't appreciate. But this is a crucial time. This is early on in the administration. She knows what she's doing. She's served as a state AG. It's not like this should be something that's too large for her to handle.
There should be nothing that blindsides her unless it blindsides the president. And I don't think the president is blindsided very often, if at all.
Well, and I have to think, Aly, that they're having regular meetings, that both the AG and Pat Cash Patel are having regular briefings with Doge. So they have to know this before it hits mainstream media. Yeah. And if somebody like Flynn is coming out and saying something, he's been known to sit on it for a little while and let you kind of, okay, you need to be doing this. He'll make a phone call first.
It's like that Dan Bongino rule, the 72 hours. But after 72 hours and you get no explanation, like what are you supposed to do? Lack of communication leads to conspiracy theories. Lack of communication leads to people thinking things that may not be true.
Okay, but can we just say, because we're women, that works in a relationship too? Don't give a lady 72 hours to think something over. Don't do it. We will become conspiracy theorists in our own. We'll be like, Aly, am I delusional? And she's like, yes, you are. Just stop it. I'm just saying. Communication. Did you? She shook her head. Yes.
We're all delusional. Everybody's delusional. We're living in Delulu land.
Delulu land. But it's true. I mean, they've got to be having all the, and somebody like Marjorie Taylor Greene, I know she's kept up to date on it. There's going to be this push, and I know we're under two months in, so I hate to make it seem like we're expecting too much, because I don't think we're expecting too much.
We're expecting a lot, actually, but it can be done.
We're the lady that you promised everything to, so we're like,
hey, where's it at? Where's my ring? What happened? I don't understand.
My ring sizes. Oh gosh, guys, if you're wondering where we're at, obviously Aly and I are excited to be together. Yes, believe it or not, there are people in this world that think it's wise to send us traveling together. We're grateful, but we are staying at the Capitol Inn here in Tallahassee.
Guys, it is the best place to stay. It is so cute. It's like the cutest little cottage. It's so adorable. It's got some older feel to it, but which is really cute, but it's modern on the inside.
Like historical, right? Like historical.
It really is.
We've got this chef-size fridge, which I want this. I know. I want this so bad.
Future, hello.
Future hubby. Dear future husband. Great coffee, great food. So we are having a good time here in Tallahassee, but we're going to be right back with more open mic. We've got some fun stuff ahead, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
War is this massive racket. I mean, we are at war constantly. Peace is the aberration, and war is the norm.
Every American needs this historical DVD keepsake. Flynn delivered the truth, whatever the cost. One of America's most treasured military heroes.
So if I was to give a grade, like you get in grade school, right? I give us an A+ for participating in these never-ending wars. I give us an F for winning.
Order now at the Patriot TV store. Go to Patriot TV, click on Store, and grab a once-in-a-lifetime chance to own a treasured piece of American history and get your own personal download link to watch America's most talked about movie, as well as a DVD hand-signed by General Michael Flynn.
For those that are running our country, they want this perpetuation of war, and you have to ask yourself, what is the purpose?
The Patriot TV Store. Incredible savings and a secure, hassle-free shopping experience.
When things go sideways, will you be ready? Meet the new Patriot Power Generator 1200, a solar generator that's lightweight with more capacity and more life cycles, and recharges twice as fast, all at a fraction of the price. In a blackout, power lights, TVs, medical equipment, even your fridge. No gas, fumes, or noise. It's safe to use inside your home. This is about peace of mind. To learn more about this amazing generator and get your free solar panel, go to Patriot TV Store and look for the solar generator banner.
You guys, I just finished a show.
Oh, I understand what you're saying now.
Look at the room that they put me in. We're in Biden's fake Oval Office, everybody. And I've actually figured this out. I now know why. I now get it. Turn the camera around. There is a screen, teleprompter to the face. All I can say is the last administration was a disgrace.
Okay, we're like,
wow.
So like they had a playroom for Biden where they were like, we're going to pretend that you're president, sir. And we're
like
going to
you do with your little kids,
yes,
the toddlers, and you buy like the little kitchen set.
The little kitchen set. And the little spatulas and the little things.
But that's funny a little bit, but like underlying thinking about how, I mean, that is, we have never seen anything like that in, I think, the history of the world even. Like Oz? Where did they really take,
did they look behind the Oz curtain? Listen, this is Hollywood stuff here coming right into the White House. I'm waiting for them to pull like a latch somewhere on a bookcase and have it swing open, and it's like Hunter Biden's Coke pit. Like, you know, there's
his entire administration was a farce.
A farce.
First of all, we find out that the entire, like his whole administration was auto signature.
Rubber stamp.
Auto signature, including the pardons, which is wild, right? Like he didn't even know what was going on. Wow. Then we find out that his medical health was severely declined, way more than what we even thought.
Yeah.
So this last, who is getting arrested? Like, I need somebody to go to jail for lying to the American people. This is North Korea.
Yes.
What is this?
And who was running the White House?
Where's the investigation, Congress?
And
Hello?
here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you want to know if you want names and you want a person in an orange jumpsuit, I think it should be Kamala Harris.
Pink.
Hot pink. Ooh, yeah.
With like the boys.
Let's do. No, I think it should be Kamala Harris. How do you work within a heartbeat of the president on a daily basis? She bragged about it. It's not my words. She has said that. How do you work in that capacity and be so full of BS that you lie on a daily basis, many times throughout the day, to the American people and make it seem like everything is okay? Listen, you know when someone in your life is no longer there 100%. We all have loved ones who are older in our lives, some of that have passed on and are in heaven now, but you know when they're deteriorating. Where's his family?
They don't care about him because he didn't care about them.
It was a complete weekend at Bernie's presidency. And I can't, do you know that movie?
Yes.
Okay, because I know you're a youngin'. And I didn't know. You have to laugh at this point because I'm so pissed.
You are not that much older than me. Stop it.
Thank you. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Aly,
Oh,
you're so
goodness.
sweet. She's so sweet. This is why we love each other so much. Yeah, but listen, if you think that's shocking, you know, we all love Alex Jones and his show InfoWars.
Yeah.
People have always said he's a conspiracy theorist, but then he ends up being right. This is shocking. You know, in this day and age of independent journalists, people like Aly and I that, we just want to deliver the truth, right? We just want to have open conversation and dialogue. People like that have been targeted, quite honestly. Take a look at what Alex Jones is saying happened to one of his journalists recently. Take a listen.
Alex, I know you're justifiably upset right now. We pray for you, your staff. We said so last night as soon as we heard this horrible news. If there's anything that we can do to support Jamie or his family, let us know.
I haven't even thought of what to do that, and I'm so from everything so broke. But we're put something together to help, and we're talking to the family about help
something together. We'll share it and we'll donate. Alex, we'll be there for you. So, thank you.
Hey, brother, you're kicking butt. God bless you and your crew and your great viewers and listeners. You can find me on X at Real Alex Jones. We're all in this together. Benny, I really appreciate you.
Godspeed, Alex. All right.
God bless you, and thanks for caring about, because this is a journalist that's been killed. It should be investigated. I think Pam Bondi should look into it. The Austin Police Department admitted they're totally overwhelmed. They said they can't really respond to most crime scenes. That's a whole other area. I'm asking the Trump administration, this is important. This is a journalist that's been killed. It needs to be investigated. It could have been a hit. There's a good chance it could have been. The more I'm talking about it, the more I'm thinking about it. A lot of smart people are calling me saying, Alex, this 8 people have been killed the last 2 months here in the first of the year. Okay. What's the chances in a town of over 2 million people that an InfoWars lead reporter gets butchered? So we need to investigate this. And I'm asking the Justice Department to investigate.
So I made a mistake yesterday and said War Room, and it wasn't War Room. It was definitely InfoWars.
Right.
When I talked about this yesterday, but this is just incredible. Like, why are Democrats so damn violent? Like, I don't understand.
Because they're criminal. Because okay.
It's like violence and sex.
Yes.
With minors.
Or violent sex. But I'm just saying.
With minors. Like, stop it.
Funny. But this is what, when I say Democrats, I don't mean anybody out there watching this who has voted Democrat
that's not what we mean.
at some point. I've
Because
voted.
we know it's not everybody.
Yes, we've all, and sometimes you don't know what you don't know until you know it, and then you change. And that's why Trump won every single demographic, because people got it, right?
Yeah.
But the Democrat Party and the Democrat leaders, the deep state, they work hand in hand with the cartels.
They had to have.
The fact that this happened in Austin, which the rate of murders and violence in Austin has always been a beautiful little niche town, very, very wonderful. But they've gone extremely blue in their policies. They've done a lot of things that, it's like it's kind of cause and effect. You do this, then this is going to happen. That's why all their murder rates are through the roof. But this is crazy. And Alex Jones just said it there. In the last 2 months, it's really 8 total independent journalists that have had something happen to them. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a truthist. And I'm telling you, we've even seen here in the state of Florida throughout the course of maybe 10 years or so, that those that believed in a certain type of medical freedom or were at the tip of the spear in that medical freedom movement, we've had issues with them being targets. Moms have been targets. We've been called
we were literally labeled terrorists
on the terrorist watch list because we showed up at school board meetings and said, get the porn out of the libraries. So this is not something to think lightly about. It's one of the reasons why I'm grateful here in the state of Florida. They are strong on their Second Amendment. We are avid sportswomen. She's a really good shot. You are a really good shot. I'm a good shot with an AR-15.
So am
strikingly, I don't know.
But I love a long rifle. It is like my favorite weapon. But it was also my first weapon. So
I'm not judging you for it. I'm not judging you at all.
Oh man.
Does this, Aly, because I know
this is just crazy.
I have loved ones that watch sometimes, and I'm wondering, does a report like that, Aly, make you want to change what you do, what we do, and the way in which we do it?
Oh, we've gotten that question from a lot of people, people that are close to us.
Yeah.
No. We just need to hire security.
Hey, General Flynn.
We're taking applications. You can go to contact at openmicladies.com. We need some security just in case.
Our producer's like, oh my God.
Some crazy person wants to go. I honestly don't think we're targets, though.
I don't think so either. But last night we did go to, we have other younger people with us that we're kind of showing around the Capitol and how to do this legislative lobby days thing.
Right.
And they're like, let's go to a pool hall. And we're like, every bad movie that ends badly is.
We walked in, I was like, is this Roadhouse?
We're like, kids, get back in the car. We're going somewhere else. I just couldn't. I couldn't because it's.
Oh man, it was funny.
It was
so funny, but I cannot
So you wouldn't change anything?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't change anything. I love what we do. I love that we are bold enough and yes, bold enough to stand in the gap and speak truth. I mean, we've been doing it for so long.
Well, and for me, I know you've got, times where you knew this was what God called you to do.
Yeah.
But I do remember not being able to advocate for my dad in the hospital as they were giving him medical things without our permission and not even allowing us to say, he'd rather die peacefully or he'd rather do this or he'd rather do that, or hey, maybe give him insulin since he's been insulin dependent for 30 years. Those things that when you're not allowed to drive the course of a loved one's medical care, then you realize your children, then you realize that listen, politics is doing you, so you better do politics. And they're not doing you friendly. So I'm just saying, you better get in the fight. And so when you think of something like that, the generation of baby boomers that were susceptible to the miscare and mistreatment during COVID, they're the ones that fought and died for this country. Many of them fought, lost limbs, gave everything. So if we can't stand in a room and be a little bit uncomfortable and have to watch our six a little bit, then what are we doing?
And I at this point have no sympathy for excuses. I mean, I was in the military and I ran on broken feet and a broken hip and continued doing the things that I needed to do. Thought that was really stupid. I don't recommend that. But also, I was in rooms where I was called everything but my name.
Yeah.
White supremacists in blackface and Uncle Tom, which doesn't make sense because I'm a female. So what?
But they don't know what TV females are.
No, they didn't know how to define a woman. So, okay. But literally every name in the book you could call me aside from Aly or was a problem. And I still went and I still spoke to those people. Because you don't know what you don't know. And I'm willing to talk to anyone, regardless of how you feel about what I have to say. So I have no excuses for people. And if you think that you can't move the needle, if you think that you can't make change, then you're just not one of the people that will.
Right.
But I implore you to find that courage within yourself, right? Yes. And step forward into that uncomfortability, step forward into the unknown. Because you will be rewarded.
Yes,
you will be rewarded.
And what I always tell people is that, we believe in God. We're both Christians. We both believe in God. And I believe that all the loved ones that pray over us and pray for us, that the Lord's angels go over us. So, and I also know where my resting place is in eternity. So I want to end the show on a little bit of a funny note. This is so cute because, and I don't even think Aly has seen this yet. I'm surprising her with it. There is a humanity in the White House once again. And I know people are going to paint President Trump with a lot of different brushes. This is adorable. Let's take a watch at this. This is cute.
He wanted a hug. I'll get you guys some more. He wanted a hug so bad. Oh my gosh. Oh, so cute. Oh, that is adorable.
My daughter, listen, I love that. That is the cutest thing. My daughter wanted to hug President Trump so bad when we were at the signing of the executive order banning men from women's sports and spaces. And she said, Mommy, I was waving at him and he looked at me but didn't wave back. And I'm like, oh, baby, I will try to get you to see him. Her and her sister absolutely love Donald Trump. They write letters to him all the time. When they found out that he was shot, they were really upset about it. And I didn't realize how much of what I do affects them.
Because they hear it.
Because they hear it and they're listening and they're around it all. And I take them to events and things like this. And we watch a lot of the press conferences together. And I didn't realize that they were so invested until that day. And it kind of broke my heart a little bit. But they wrote him, they sent him hearts and cards, and they're writing letters, and Mommy, we have to save President Trump because he's going to save our country. Like, that was my 6-year-old and my 9-year-old, guys. Like, they get it. And
But listen,
it's so impressive.
Kids love Trump, and he doesn't sniff them.
No.
So, I mean, to give.
Or eat their feet.
Oh. Or like put his hands in places that they shouldn't be. I mean, that's just, it's gross. Yeah, guys, I think that's so cute. This
You
little
want
boy.
to see me punch a president?
Take
my child inappropriately.
Take your chances. But I think it shows the humanity in him. Obviously, this kid was like, now? No.
Oh, it was
Now?
so cute.
No.
Honestly, it was like the most innocent, cutest little thing I've ever seen in my life. It was so adorable.
We're grateful. Guys, you have to remember to keep our administration, the administration, Trump, and all those involved in your prayers. We want total transparency, and I don't care what side of the aisle that means you sit on. We're doing it here at the state level. Honestly, we're being better received than I thought we would. We haven't been kicked out yet, which is more than I could say for the Republican Party of Florida meeting, but still no arrest record. We're happy with that. But guys, get out there. Make sure that you let your legislators, both state and federally, know who you are, what things you expect them to do, and stay in contact and make sure you help them. Aly, you lead you're as the director of civic engagement for Moms for America. This is what you eat, sleep, and breathe. You train moms across the country. Yes, piss her off. See what happens.
So I can, like a snap of a finger, I can activate thousands of moms.
Assemble.
Imagine what that does to your phone lines. Just saying. So make sure that you keep it locked here. Follow Michelle, follow myself, follow Open Mic, follow Patriot.tv, follow Moms for America, follow all the things, right? We want to make sure that you are the tip of the spear of your circle of influence. Liberty's not free. It requires a very significant level of sacrifice to your life, your money, your time, and sometimes all three. All right, you guys, we'll catch you next time.
Taking back our freedom, back to where we started. We're wearing our red hat tonight. It takes more than just a feeling. Oh, better be believing, and America's gonna be home.
What do you do when they try to cancel you? MAGA Nation, we cancel proof. My red hat stays on. My red hat stays on. You know I love God, but in Trump I trust. November 5th, you gon' ride with us? Our red hat stays on. Our red hat stays on. It's the mayor of Maggieville, the RNC King. 2024, freedom gon' ring. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, I'm still fighting for each one of you. And keep your red hat